Hello friends, welcome once again to your own channel, virtual learning platform YouTube, and it is Lit eCity, where we are trying to understand the concepts of literature, and our basic focus at present is on the upcoming NAT exam. Friends, I have already uploaded one video regarding some important questions that I consider are important from point of view of the coming exam, and this is the second video. Here we will discuss some more questions about cultural studies. All of you who are preparing for this exam, you know very well that cultural studies is recently added into the curriculum of our NAT exam, and obviously our awareness towards this topic is not as much as those earlier topics. My focus, friends, is to put some questions. First thing I must mention that these questions are totally made by me based on my reading of some important books related with cultural studies. It is about Stuart Hall and obviously Ziauddin Sarkar, then Pramod Nair, and I have composed these questions keeping in mind that not only you solve the question, not only I have followed closely the pattern which is generally asked in exam, but also you come to know, you become aware about the issues that are generally related with cultural studies. So let us start the second part of our series, QTM, questions that matter. And I repeat again and again, just don't focus on the answers. जितने भी alternatives हैं, focus on them, read about them, study yourself. Friends, no institute, no guide, no platform can prepare for the NAT as yourself studies it. You can vouch this fact by talking to those persons who have cleared the NAT. Okay, so here is our first question of this second series. Philip Bourdieu's concept of cultural capital, it refers to, this is the name of a concept, cultural capital. Now we have two sentences. A group whose values and norms of behavior follow those of the social dominant of the day. First thing is a sentence that cultural capital means a group who is basically socially dominant. The second one is the collection of symbolic elements such as skills, tastes, posture, clothing, mannerism, material belongings, credentials, etc., that one acquires through being part of a particular social class. Now we have these two statements and we have to find out what actually cultural capital refers to. Okay, if we look at the options, first is obviously both first and second. It means cultural capital refers to both socially dominant class and the acquisition. Second, the first one only. Third one, the second one only, and obviously the last one, neither A nor second. Now what is your guess? Take your time before I make the answer. Once again you can look at the slide, which one you think refers to this concept of cultural capital. Okay friends, let's find out what is the, देखिए मैं चाहता तो डायरेक्ट आंसर लिख सकता था, but this is the pattern to make you ponder upon all the options available. Generally NAT में इस तरह से आपको थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज कर दिया जाता है. Okay, this time answer is only second. Yes friends, it is only this one, that the collection of symbolic elements which make basically culture, how you acquire taste, skills and postures, they are known as cultural capital. Okay, let's move forward towards our next question, and that is the term the art world is used in context of aesthetics, that how without the help of the community of critics, art curators, artists and collectors within galleries and museums, it is impossible to understand the art of the contextual art of the modern world. Who coined this term? देखिए, I have also explained, it is not just this question who coined that term art world, that would have been easier, but I wanted that you should understand what basically this term the art world means कि किस तरह से जो कम्युनिटी है क्रिटिक्स की, जिसके अंदर क्यूरेटर्स हैं, आर्टिस्ट्स हैं, कलेक्टर्स हैं, दे आर आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ दैट सिस्टम एंड विदाउट देयर हेल्प वी कैन नॉट हैव द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द मॉडर्न आर्ट. वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट who coined this term art world, and your options are, friends, Philip Bourdieu, Emily Durkheim, Arthur Danto and Anthony Giddens. Now these options, they all are very eminent cultural critics, scholars who have given different concepts, even new terms related with cultural studies. Okay, without taking any more time, let's go for the answer. And friends, the answer is Arthur Danto. Arthur Danto gave this term, which is the art world. He basically made it clear that it is the effort of all the community. It is basically the whole circle which help us to understand the modern art. Okay, let's move to question number 3 for the day. This one is quite important, my friends, and please pay focus what is said in this question. First used by the French social anthropologist Claude Lévi-Strauss in The Savage Mind. This is the name of the essay, okay, and this is the name of the writer of this essay. 1966 mein this term implies how an artist shapes the beautiful and useful out of the dump heap of human life. Okay, you understand that out of dump heap, discarded elements of human life, an artist has the ability to shape something beautiful and something useful. Now this particular term, when it is used in cultural studies, it refers to the process by which elements are appropriated. If you are studying post-colonialism, cultural studies, appropriation is a very important term from the dominant culture and their meaning transformed. You got what it basically means? Okay, this term implies the process by which the culture which is not dominant, which is basically exploited, which is minor or counter culture, it takes certain elements from the dominant culture and make adjustment, appropriation according to their utility, according to their use. Originally this term was used by this French anthropologist Claude Lévi-Strauss and the name of the essay was The Savage Mind. Okay friends, we are talking about which term? Okay, the first one is bricolage, then pastiche, my theme and intertextuality. I must say all 4 terms are very important, and out of these 4 question can be asked for any term. I suggest that you should have the proper knowledge of all these terms. Okay, this particular question जो क्लॉड स्ट्रॉ ने दी थी और जो इस एप्रोप्रिएशन के काम आती है, आई होप most of you know the answer if you are working on it. Yes friends, it is bricolage. Bricolage is using older or dominant element and making something new out of it, that is known as bricolage. Okay, I leave it to you people to understand what is the meaning of pastiche, my theme and intertextually. They are equally important concepts when we consider our exam. Okay, moving forward to our next question. This one again very important, and it has been asked many times in their forward to the first edition of the book Political Shakespeare, one of the most important texts in the postmodern theory. These are the editors Dallimore and Sinfield gave this definition. Okay, the definition is a combination of historical context, theoretical method, political commitment, and textual analysis. This is the definition. Definition is this particular concept is a combination of historical context, theoretical method, political commitment, and textual analysis. They gave this definition and they used for this term, and you have to identify, okay, this one a bit tricky because all are very closely related to each other. Is it cultural materialism, new historicism, cultural studies, or intertextuality? Once again, let's go to the definition. Combination, historical context, theoretical method, political commitment, or textual analysis का. Which among these suits this definition? Okay, this one is quite easy one. I hope जो नए students हैं who have just finished their post graduation, they might find it difficult, but those who are preparing and have already given exam once or twice, I hope they understand these basic terms. Yes friends, it is new historicism. Okay, this term is very closely related with cultural materialism. Both have quite common elements, but have also their differences. We have already discussed in our earlier chapter. Okay friends, I must take a break and tell you that if you are looking for these things and if you are liking these lessons, I hope you are going through my other videos also. I again and again request you people to suggest me on which topic we should try to and make videos so that it can help you also, and it may be worthy of your precious time. Okay, moving forward, our next question. To criticize the policies of the then ruling party, this eminent cultural study critic coined the term Thatcherism. Obviously, it comes from the Prime Minister of the Britain of that time, Margaret Thatcher. Thatcherism. It was basically used as a term to criticize her policies. We are thinking about the name of this critic who basically coined this term Thatcherism to criticize the policies. Okay, was it Raymond Williams? Was it Donna Haraway? Was it Stuart Hall or Eugen Habermas? You have to find out, and if you know this particular critic, if you have read the biography of this critic, you must understand he was one of the very vociferous critic of Margaret Thatcher's policies. Yes friends, he is Stuart Hall, who sometimes we call him father of cultural studies, and he is a very prominent name in this field of cultural studies. In our last upload, we have already discussed questions related with Stuart Hall, and without reading about Stuart Hall and his theories, our understanding of cultural studies is definitely incomplete. So I must suggest that you should very carefully go through his important critical concepts. Okay, moving forward. Yes, this one is quite an emerging field and field of quite an I hope this is basically my idea that you are going to find this question or something related to it in the paper. So focus on it. The field of cyber culture is the most emergent one in the recent years. The terms cyberpunk and cyberspace are coined by a famous sci-fi writer. name of this writer is. Okay, both the term cyberpunk, which is about the genre of fiction related with this particular field, and cyberspace, all these things related with the internet and other related areas, they both are coined by a famous sci-fi writer and a story by him. Have you any idea? देखिए, all these names, all these are known as sci-fi writers, but we have to identify who has used this term cyberpunk for the first time. Okay friends, it is William Gibson. Yes friends, Arthur Clarke, Ray Bradbury, Philip Dick, they all are very important writers. I suggest you should go through at least their works, what they are writing about. Okay, if we talk about this particular question, William Gibson is the person who wrote a short story, and in that story he first used this term cyberpunk and cyberspace. Okay, moving forward, our next question is once again related with cyber, and it is now about cyber feminism, a cyber manifesto. Science, technology and socialist feminism in the late 20th century. It is basically a path-breaking work in the recent feminist studies and become a pioneer work in the field of cyber feminism. Okay, how many of you have heard this term cyber feminism? If no, go through it today. It is of cardinal importance. Okay, who is the writer of this work? If you don't remember the complete name, at least remember this first type, a cyber manifesto. This one is very important friends, and we have 4 options: Dana Haraway, Nancy Peterson, Gayatri Spivak or Radhika Gajala. All 4 are related with new trends in feminist theories, and you must know what they are doing, what is their field of research. For our present, our answer friends is Donna Haraway. She is a key figure in cyber feminism in the latest trends of feminism. Okay, our next question, very easy one. Okay, the question is, who among these is not associated with the Frankfurt School? Now the Frankfurt School जर्मनी में established एक स्कूल था, मार्क्सिस्ट की लीनिंग थी, लेफ्टिस्ट एक ग्रुप था, and it discussed many ideas related with the culture and literature, reading of the literature. तो देखिए कौन कौन इसके अंदर है, थियोडोर एडॉर्नो, हर्बर्ट मार्कस, वाल्टर बेंजामिन एंड स्टुअर्ट हॉल. हमें आइडेंटिफाइड करना है ऑड वन आउट, हु अमंग दीज इज नॉट रिलेटेड विद दिस Frankfurt School. I think it is quite an easy one. You will find out. Yes friends, it is Stuart Hall who was associated with Birmingham School, and these all three are related with the Frankfurt School. Okay, moving forward, the Frankfurt School. So friends, you can understand the importance. I have already picked third question. One question was in our first part, and this last question, and this one. The Frankfurt School scholars used basic Marxist concepts to analyze the social relations within capitalist economic systems. Okay, मार्क्सिस्ट कॉन्सेप्ट्स को यूज किया सोशल रिलेशन इस कैपिटलिस्ट सिस्टम के अंदर. This one is quite good question my friends. The reason I will tell you that it will make you confused if you are not aware about the Frankfurt School. You could easily be misled with the options cultural materialism, obviously Raymond Williams, new historicism, we have just read about critical theory, and Marxist cultural theory. देखिए friends, if you have no idea, I hope you will spare this option cultural theory, because you will critical theory, because you will think it's a general key term or umbrella term, and you will either go for Marxist or cultural materialism, which is quite closely the definition. But friends, yes, this is known as critical theory. Okay, you must now understand, keep it in your mind that Frankfurt School and critical theory, they are closely related to each other. I have this gut feeling that you are going to be asked or tested on this particular concept. Okay, our next question and the last question for today's video is, who coined the term ideology to refer to the science of ideas? Frankly, friends, it is not directly related to literature, but I thought that it is a good thing that you should know who gave this term. Destot Louis Althusser, Gramsci, or Max Weber. We have 4 options, and yes, this is easy pick if you have some ideas that how to pick something which sounds an odd. It is a trick. I should not say that you must always follow this trick, but sometimes it helps that if you find some name which is rather unusual sounding, then there are chances that it may be the answer, and it is so. In this case, it is Destot who coined the term ideology. Okay, friend, this was our lesson today. We again discussed 10 questions. I hope you find these questions interesting and they have created some awareness in you about the field of cultural studies. I hope you will explore all 40 options. Okay, there may be some repetition, so at least 30 to 35 options are there. You should read about them. If you have some resource books, if you have some guidebooks, if you have some teacher to follow, and otherwise we all have internet where you can go and search about them. Keep watching, my friends. Basically it's your Lit-City, the channel where you can find everything under the sky related with English literature. Yes, we are trying to incorporate as many things as possible in our brief time, and I once again request you to suggest me which type of topics you would like to share with me. And if you need some PDF, for example this question bank or notes related to it, you can WhatsApp to me at 988-755-9339, and we will see what we can do in that matter. So that's all for today. Thank you, friends.